Jedala bacha dige jumu aba chense unche uzen san dige jumu shaye bari jumu la la shaye bari jumu sumuke deda nama da bacha de bhumu nama da raja nama da domba ne de jansu shema Timana Batimata Joe, the Tavana, the Banya Zome, Dushim, Number Shiva, me, man, Tommy, Jimmy, even Zoom, Timmy Romero, Jamechu, Meadow, me, come. Easy number Shiva Conjibo, Mariba, Mariba Seba, Gashime, Gashime, Toba Matoba, Meadow, Sherry, Toba may be Sherry, Jiba may be Jabba, Shangelo, Two Sonto number you will sign you should have put a chunk in Lana. Numbers over Sanje, so did I initially you put a chunk of which Lana may be one, may never the young man, the lunch. Means women and the Mashi, but I did share you put a chunk. The Atamadi and the Parasana. Sherry would the direction, so much. Samala Vajawa did the John did the thing as a television. Papa James on Chuna, so she joined. There's all this, so you put the Rijivoted, I show you that machine, so the Shiva Najas here on Chuna, you got the student, never shut up with you. Papa James on Chuna, the court, the Ladan, the Jump the Nijas on Malam, but Kala Jevene Shodama, the wishes to do my YouTube. Nessun Kadu Sola Charge, Agasa Mara, Shantara Samara, Peagas. Agasamara, Shandara Samara, Teatanga, the Baranga, the Barasana, Papa Conjo Sonji Gaya Dembe Doji, Dagi Bachim, Dimicho, Tamji, Giri Donda Jaju, Shiwata, Tashi de Jandin de Show. Ginula Dani Josuchi, Tebasumbo Tanji, Najusama Kanu, Paoba Moala, Chajo Simba Dani, Chabat Dada Dani, Sijaguji, Dani Hiruka, Sijatanji Hiruka, Komajo Lango Baraji, Josuchi, Tebasumbo, Najusama Kanu. Chajo Simba Dani, Chabudu, Dada Dani Hiroga, Komacha Lango Baji, Sanji Shinabi, Tibasumbo Tamje Dan, Najo Samaka, Chajo Simba Dani, Chabudu, Dada. Simjen Tamje Hiroga, Gobaraji, Pende de la Doje, Simba Yon, Kono Gabu Shaji, Doridan Tritel, San Sheva, Yo Chajaju, Yon Chaja Engine, Yodoji, Jambara Joro, Meza Hiroga Samaya. Samaya Manambalaya Irvadin Savagama Sidam Shirian Kuru Ha 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 Ho Baga Hirga Mame Miza Hirga Bama Samaya Sado Ranga Timbe Rangi Gosu Yermeche Barajuru Rani Giji Giji Dojin Nanja Marajuru Oma Kenda Ruyo Oma Soba Vashudu Savadama Soba Vashudu Tumbanya Dombenale Yale Lo Rale Hale Meguji Rusungi Desenga Lama Bada Bada Lishan Yige Dedage Tsema Loyo Tebe Nage Zena Show Dedage Dendo Huli Muchando Jendo Juro de Dendo Yansi Jema Sunzi So Neba Oma Ahundu Uzeje Choje de Jishi Awada Nejama Tamje Togani Ishiji Zegone Nebe Mambo Bashim Oma Ahu Oma Ahu Oma Ahu Oma Me Oma Soba Vashodo Savada Soba Tombe Male Gamle Tebe Nuna Jena Do Hule Choze Naraje Donye Namba Choze Su Chele Umbo Chugu Choye Do Saba Me Vedeva Sheba Jendeva Oma Aragam Badam Bezar Beba Beza Deba Beza Deba Beza Geda Beza Beza Shada Muhu Be Uma Soba Vashodo Soba Vashodo Ha Tomba Jenda Tombe Male Yamle Long Ale Menguji Musungi Ale Jungwe Toba Yash Kam Amja Nali Dizen Lama Bada Bana Lesha Yige Dedage Tsema Loyo Memba Tebe Nage Zena Shoa Dedage Dino Mushe Nojin Sewa Yanse Jechima Sunzi Neba Oma Hondo Jubo Ziji Chuji Dishi Awada Nejama Taji Togani Ishiji Lugo Nembe Oma Ahu Oma Ahu Oma Ahu Peme Uzechu Managers Dojan Nanjo Mala Yama Ida Sanjay Sabo Chudan Jidin Jung Soji Gowaji Ya Dojo Ziji Bugu Tome Ju Chandi Sawaj Omeza Arali Ho Zahu Baho Meza Samaya Tam Deshi Omeza Arali Ho Zahu Baho Meza Dagin Samaya Tam Deshi Omeza Arali Ho Zahu Baho Meza Samaya Tam Deshi Kaga Kai Kai Samaya Jaraja Sa Buddha Virta Vishas Amada Mara Madan Nagan Imam Malingarin Samaya Rashina Mama Savasadi Mabaya Sadaya Damaya Zigata Matikama Mama Savakada Sasuan Bida Saiga Bayado Home Pepe So Homo Kaka Kai Kai Samaya Jaraja Sa Buddha Virta Vishas Amada Mara Madan Imam Malingarin Samaya Rashina Mama Savasadi Mabaya Sadaya Damaya Mebata Zigata Matikama Mama Savakada Sasuan Bida Sai Bayado Home Pepe So Mandar Yogin Sapari or Aragam Badi Bibi Oma Ahu Kanuma Kanuma Doa Chala Chas Jinian Doja Kanuma Jideja Veri Joma Tiana Chas Dugane Siji Metri Chian Shaka Tindira Kaji Homo Yo Nine Jeno Chivezi Ome Shina Lechi Jayo Shinye Yuna Yeda Nanze Chebe Gama Munda Nanjura Dagi Chapshoji Chene Simye Tumbe Ranze Doje Chona Yiye Mani Jumeli Na Jirosim Zongara Yuve Lanso Sabat Dagi Chita Seyakama Dema Chobe Giba Mani Tribe Dube Sinjisham Jeje Naje Kambur Miso Ema Dane Dagi Ini Hiro Gabe Jeje Jego Doje Sumo Nive Niko Labe Doje Sume Dembe Ore Mesha Bete Matre Tobe Ocho Doje Chedan Zombe Jiveni, Kaje Choge Jiveni, Kangeli Na Jizun Kusa, Mosona Ge Inso Chep, Manena Roda Vajis, Dajan Kaje Gamero, Tajo Lama Choge Tuji, Jeshe Sante Nyolan Soje, Nejo Dage La Samba, Kaje Gamero, Nyodo Sho. Nejo Me Dada Sinje Taje Dabo Kaje. Jidena Jidele, Mojo Manu Vazados, Jizon Doje Nejo Me Dada Sinje Taje Dabo Kaje Do Chebanje. Jidena Jidele Neve Mojo Manu Vazados, Jizon Doje Nejo Me Dada Sinje Taje Dabo Kaje. Chebanje Dos, Jidena Jidele, Mojo Manu Vazados. Oma ahun ahun, Oma ahun ahun, Oma ahun ahun. Range tuge bayi le ozet, nocha ojen kandre porone, pele tuche dabu yun kodan se vacher, ya doje ozeje boga doge che chandes. Oma gere reza kuma kuma kun ten soa shi shan shan adil, mahan besha zambalin da kaka kaye kaye. Oma gere reza kuma kuma kun ten, shiri shama shana adibadi mahambe. Gereza kuma kun ten soa shi shan shan adibadi mahambe sha zambalin da kaka kaye kaye. Shama shana adibadi mahambe sha za ara gambadi bebe duma. Oma gereza kuma kun ten so, Oma ahu. Jeve to ye chile ko marido. Toma video. Ome dice toma video. Pale non ci sono. Toma su video. Dove? Nerve. Da kaçacağım.
Outside of the wall. Outside of the wall. What? We need a fresh one.
Da liyorsa. O da yapıyor. Böyle. O mezahir ve samayamanın bayırı. Ha o babadan mezahir ve mamen mezahir ve bamasana. Ha o me. Maşida kaya nova maşi bande de cevap. Devan şece sözü. Çok iyi yanlanyam da da gici. Deyan sobanca dosu. Jiden bana rane soşi Luaci Jamal Vadi Salandur, Chisingonda Bavo Sochi, Metodo Jisin, Rumosinia Daniel Sochi, Kalaja Bene Sochi, Lamo Samada, Samada, Kijusun, Lemadida, Kenneth Lamon, Daja Jisun, Yuroji. Şimdi çok büyüyecek. Dedi de o kadar Re Naro Kajme
So we begin this discourse with the quote from Great Tsongkhapa that our chance here to have this chance is most fortunate and so on. And now, as our attitude that we shouldn't look at this place where we have teaching as ordinary, but the real land of the culture or the Dagini.
아니 제 주스 아니 배추 쉐겐 라마요 배 타메벤 담바타고 마이바 싱기티베 체에든도 제주도모 도지스마고 수주노 섬으로 제거래.
And Guru too, from whom we receive teaching, shouldn't be perceived as an ordinary person, but seated on the high throne of the precious jewel, and the real Vajrayogini herself offering the teaching.
And Jarasan de Peva Kurso Suine, Rija Ringa Rison Lasoba, anyway, Ringa Rajeta, Taganaja Bawada, Najoma Lasoba, Dabe Kurso Shada in Samaruchi, Mavachi.
And those who are gathered here to participate in the teaching, they should be also looked up, that our outlook towards them should be like those who are the embodiment of the 100 of all the great family, or the embodiment of 5 families, or embodiment of 3 families, and so on. So thus that our attitude should be real pure towards the fellow students. Unlike during our Lamrim teachings, this is the additional attitude which we really need to share during our tantric teachings.
And in the Jubani Gawa Zamushi, Lebar Somla, so that the church to Juyabade, Shirakawa Zambuchon, somebody Jagurimado, Chungula Shadu in the township, the Kadu Saro Jayo. The Canada which you understand some of the Jinju Amari.
So now to get back to the original quote I made, the first line, as it says, the having a chance to listen to such a teaching is the most fortunate opportunity we have. The reason that, so with the most wonderful attitude, positive attitude, we should attend to the teaching. Our attitude shouldn't be like, oh no, what a bore, when it is going to end. That the moment, it's a beginning, so it should be begin with a very positive attitude, not with the feeling of getting tired.
Keba doma tuba ryogashi, leji tuna, deji dijinba, dishi sungrab suyori, jeza keba mambudu na chu singa danga za amjo tu kabu yori, sanje chu gindu saya dadu tu ju shira kagure, tu kabu chire.
So teaching as such, or Dharma as such, is extremely difficult to hear, let alone practice. Even for the eons after eons, we will never hear the teaching, let alone the teaching, but name as the Buddha, Dharma, and Supreme Community, or the aspirants, are hard to hear, even the names.
Achi tuba ina dambe chu singa ji amjo nu turo je na, nyale je to na ange dombari, timen tuba basha zang le tenne be pu le be tenji dewa, be tsero tengi dewa, diri toya ki penji yor gola.
So, if we do need to hear something, then if we do hear the teaching, the Dharma, then as the benefit of that, even though we may not be able to put that or apply that in our practice, but just the benefit of hearing it could lead or imprint a very strong latency or imprint on a mental continuum which could eventually awaken, and as a benefit that it could give us a lasting happiness, a durable happiness.
Keba tuba tuba ryogashi, leji tuna, tenji dijinba, dishi sungrab diri tanda. Tende ki tu kabu chu di tu ju raba da, hajun keba zombu chungu samne, nijo ba di keba zongu shi, lebar samla, saudi sam tong sungre. Te samne sin gabu je nyangu jo, chu nyembe kawana. Lebar sungla, gawe shinjin dang rab sen, zombe nyamdan denba is, sem gabu, nibi shinjin dang sebo, be ngu na to to chen, chu tu yung di be nabu che ma deba che, shinjin dang sebo. Zombe dang dang che di nyangu sungre.
So, such a teaching with all these great attributes that what it can offer, and knowing about that incentive, we should attend to teaching with a very bright smile and fondness to the teaching. We shouldn't listen to it with a heavy face, but just with a broad smile and wonderful excitement inside that what it could do to us. Then with such a smile and positive attitude, we should pay attention to the teaching. That's the gist meaning of that verse quote.
Nangye nuji jingsung bangla nyus da. Nangye nuji jingsung bata da ma be pa bang ni yago ji nyewa. Nuji jingsung suya di be na nuje li cha ja na nuje na ji lu gu ya nuje yu na nu di kabu lo ja ba di jian ji ri.
So, and the final line it says that by avoiding the three faults of a container, then pay attention to the teaching. That those three faults of a container, for instance, a container which is upside down, that's the first.
Nu xiao due de ba di. Tang tang me ba ti due de ba di jian ji ri.
And second fault in a container could have is a leaky, if that's leaky or has a hole in the bottom.
Xiao ma due ba tang tang yin ne na lo la zong ba de zhe ma ji be jiu zhu de du de ba di ne gui de yu na jian ji ri.
Or it could be intact, but it contains like the contamination inside, for instance, like poison. That is also one of the fault.
Da na xia la me chu xie be gu du, rang ge sem de ba na mi jie, ma nian ba jie, ka bu shan ni. Sang lo yan ba dong, la me chu de sem la ma ngi na, a ku ka bu lo xia ba. Ka bu lo de ba ma ga ri lu sha ne na lo du gu ma ri, chi ma 최소 누구래. 대해서 상로에다 동대요는 최모고 가르쳐샤네 자는 이거 말 다른 가르쳐야도 말 셔야요 말이. 대견지래.
So for instance, like a part which is upside down, that during our teachings, when the Lama gave the discourses, if our mind is distracted or wandering about, or if our mind is too busy thinking about some other issue, then it is very close to, it resembles very much like with the part upside down. However hard we may try to pour something in it, it can't retain, to hold it. In the same way, whatever discourses offered during to such a mental state are wandering or thinking about some other issue and so on, that you won't be able to tell or remember whatever was said by the Guru. So in such a case, it does not help.
코야고르시야게 미니야바 선셰니베 첸데게 단다로다 제와치마 메송노도 먹으지지 제와치마 베르상부 땡상부치 아제 코야데와 더더니베 상로요나 아니 너트마제 상로티게 제샤버리 페마토버 타바토야라 페마토바 너도 코르도 그거버르지 너트마제 상로티네 동주요 말이. So
whereas even though you may not qualify to be the first one, which is upside down, but even though your part is up in the right position, but if your attitude or your whole purpose of listening to the teaching is just limited for good fame, popularity, or reputation, or to earn a living with the information, or to please one's relatives or so on, or for good names that it brings to you, or to just save yourself from falling into the predicaments of the three lower realms and so on, or to have a good physique and beauty, or just to cross the ocean of the worldly existence for yourself alone, that every one of those attitudes are just equivalent to having a path with the poison. So listening to teaching, holding it, retaining the information of teaching with such an attitude is again a contamination that which we have to get rid of. So that even though we desire this attaining state of the nirvana or the state beyond suffering, that kind of motivation is motivation of the Hinayana or of at least lesser vehicle, so that does not qualify one for a tantric practice. So thus that we need to listen to teaching with the quality of the great compassion and the bodhicitta moderation, which is the most imperative and indispensable attitude we need here. Now that kind of bodhicitta too, that with the sense of urgency that I need to attain the state of enlightenment at the fastest possibility in order to benefit sentient beings, that our attitude shouldn't be like I need to attain the state of enlightenment at a great leisure or the pleasure. That sense of urgency to invest all one's effort for the sake of attaining enlightenment at the fastest possibility, so that I could help benefit sentient beings at the earlier.
No shall do us here, Nieju Nieva Imbala, Jejuni. Tana de Deba Godunie, Tonichilo Male to Savani Sheju Man, Jejuna, or the new shall do what was. Karlulu Mazadu.
So, even though one may be free from two earlier mentioned attitudes, but third, like a leaky pot, that if you're forgetful of whatever is said, that if you don't retain that in your memory, then, and the moment you step out of the threshold, if you forget whatever was said to you, then that becomes equivalent to a leaky pot, because that by the end all the teachings are poured, you have lost the same, just the same, you know.
That's just some of the bonding Yamadi Yashuri. Ya they got a name chicken and the shade true, so but then you're that was a Mongol, Shem Mogoji, Gay Chishi, the Johnson. There are nothing around the Bechi, no Jimajing Journey, Lama Givation, the Chuba Taga Sulebe, so the Cheguachiri.
So, those three faults or those three mistakes of an attitude, one should really try to avoid, and they are very important. And if above that, if you could make further improvements, then try to have the 6 attitudes and so on, the additional to that, which I think we may not have time to go over those 6 kind of attitudes we need, but especially among those 3, that it is our duty, it is our most important to save ourselves from our stained container-like motivation, especially the higher lamas and so on are vulnerable to that kind of attitudes.
That is Song Bangne, Yabuja Sangore, Senju Chudi, Jizon Dojin Danjuma, Narukaju to Travandi, Jesu, Chicheva Gosubari.
So now, with this kind of attitude, we need to attend to the teaching, and the teaching now which we are going to discuss here, our teaching which will be taught, is which is most well known as the great Narokaja, the Kaja practice of Naropa.
Kaju must ne Dimjo Yung Pamu Tagarangri, Kaja Pamu Kaju Makaka Ibasam. Teleting your Dimjo Yung Pamu Tella, and Jizun Arubale Shago Sutan, Yayuni Kagachane, Yung Jang Druyadi, Memani Narukajuri, Kaju Ginonita, so Lam Sama Sondeke, Tab Devo, but I should go did it, Tangazunia Legia did it, you the meadow did it.
So, this, when I say Kajuma or the Gini practice, that this one you might feel it is some kind of separate or different teaching. It is nothing but the practice of the Vajrayogini, who is the concept of the Heruka, that it is just the same. But it is with combined convenient teaching which was offered to the Naropa by the Vajrayogini herself, and which contains the complete parts and practices of the Heruka in one, but in the form of the practice of the Vajrayogini. So which became well known as in the form of Narokaja, and most convenient one to practice.
Kaju Matilla, Enda Kaju, Major Kaju, Narukaju Seado, Tinde, Kaju Mamu Korsun, Machun Korsun, Mamoyore, Kaju Korsun Seado. They are non each other. La Corolla Che Yamare, Congajiva, Lajiri, Sanjeri. They do Jim Wallabe, Kuya Namju Deluta, Mema Peluta, Dujara no Sun to Sambe, and Lama Comasugama, Bellame Jude Mayuage, Mema de Solu, Jelu, Dogdilu, or the Rayoinza, Telegiche, and that I should need it. Did have a Narukaju me, Chi, Sheva Kosopo.
So this Narokaja, is of 3, that Indrakaja, Kaja is the Medikaja and Narokaja. There are 3, or they also say 3 circles of the red ones or red practices. So there's the 3 kinds of Kaja. So among all of them, the most effective one is that of the Narokaja. that though by the deities themselves, there's no difference in their excellency, because they all are the great Buddha. But excellency happened, the most excellent one happened in terms of the way the practices are presented for the disciples, and how their conveniences and where they appear towards the disciple, and where the precepts or the teachings are presented, organization of the teachings, and and how it affects the mental stream of disciple. And because of those attributes, or because those qualities, so that of the Narukaja became most excellent.
So to
begin with it, that about the lives of the Narupa, now which has to be taught, but I think I may not have to do that this time. So now let's lay out a table of content, that how we begin the teaching, or how we practice this. Now first is the candidate, that who is going to do the practice, or working basis, or the candidate. Second, the teaching itself. And third is the how are we going to practice it. So the third is the procedure. So so what kind of candidate is qualified for this practice? Now there are two kinds of candidate, that milam to jurung, which is the milam maturing path, the one who is worthy of entering into the maturing path, and one who is matured enough to practice the liberating paths or the practices. So. So now the first one about the maturation of one's mind, that to have a matured mind for this practice. That to have that matured mind, one should have followed gradually. Sequentially, one should have followed the paths and stages. There's no hop and skip, which could do. So, as it says, that Tumo, which means one who is already trained in the common paths and stages, the common required practices or training, that one should have developed, like the great compassion, the great love, and the bodhicitta, that at least one should have them, that if one sits in a contemplation, one could be able to produce that in oneself easily. Though it may not be natural with you right now, but when you try, you could transform, or you should be able to have that in your mental stream easily. That at least that in such a, you should have it too, you should be able to produce that kind of mental attitude at the at least when you, or through the effort that is indispensable, that great bodhicitta and compassion and the love and renunciation
지세 다 대강라 라메 그 친구도 온토바 레벨 존에 딘죠 지도 딘조 데레 로나 지수 가로지다 대다 마존에베 아니 지도를 데레 남에다요래 가바 지도 가바베 지도 가바 지세야지요 되게 온토바 다만 데레 마존에 라메 상드 지제 여다 딘조 라메 그 친구도 온토바 라메 그 배 친구 강양으로 오지 넘버다 비주 멤버 제바지 오고요. 대사마스 온도서 켈레메 당시 도마송을 좀 가지고.
So the above that, additional to those that ones have been having trained in all those formal trainings, then one should have obtained initiation. One should be fully initiated into the practice of the Heruka or Hevajra. And there are three kinds of Heruka, as you know. There are Luhipa and Nagupa and Vajraganda, the Tibupa. There are three of them, and the one should be fully initiated into either any of the three, or in the Hevajra practice or Keter. There are four kinds of Keter, which are called Kababshi and so on. And if one did not have any of those two kinds of initiation, but at least one must have initiated to Highest Yoga Tantra, and with the entry into the mandala and received all the initiations and received all the initiation, but not just receiving initiation is not enough, but one should have kept the old pledges and commitment to which one has committed during the initiation the purest possible. So that is the additional qualification for a candidate.
다 되네게 온 넘버 다부터 온두서 당시도도마 야부지 송현되게 상알라메 그냥에 최초래데 난주메 단디 줄랑 공부 제발 대토를 두번도 부디 네 진럽 들어고 순들의 진럽 가서 쉬어야 돼.
So one who is endeavoring with those practices, one who is endeavoring in those practices. Now, above that in order to do the Tralam or the liberating path or the completing stages of this practice, then one must receive the blessing of the Vajrayogini into the Sindur Mandala, as you had it yesterday.
다들 줄랑 공롱고 강사스 그래. 줄랑 공롱고 강사게 쉬야기 가져면 제단데 가져면 배제는 쉬어 상관되고 말이야. renjung jaza nala debada kajume jina yoredi tumu samre ta sershu de kazane naru kaju ngonzo sershu na gidire kazana shya dire de la kari yore sena.
So that to make oneself worthy of as a worthy candidate for practice of the Tralam or the liberating paths, that one must be initiated fully into the blessing of the Vajrayogini into a Sindhu Mandala, right, as mentioned. Now that kind of blessing of the Vajrayogini, which you find in the collection of the hundreds of initiation, that is also not adequate. That one must receive that of the Nara culture, which you received yesterday, which is well known as the golden teaching, one of the golden teachings. Such.
다들 지나 상황도 좀 무저 방도 당고 시에니 서버들이 지나 상황도 좀 무청이 제버리 제 내려와다 영제원체에 내주고 바이 남고도 좀 무쳐 내지디게 상황 가지고 라진 통해 저거를 쉬어셔야 돼. 대자 치 가지고 마셔 가서 20번 보용도 칠로니베 바우다 내주마 치 내주마니 산사제 자신 강가베 나가 강와 제라는 팀바디 지그래. 그런 가지고 말해야지. 그래서 팀바디 치 너지 좀 못해.
So in order to do this profound practice, and also one must be fully blessed with the reception of those three kinds of the great venerable Vajrayogini, that external Vajrayogini and internal Vajrayogini and secret. They want orientation or introduction to all three of them. Now, just as you do remember yesterday that you appeared yourself in the form of the Venerable Vajrayogini, and we invoked the immense or innumerable number of the Vajrayogini from all directions, and they were all absorbed into yourself. That is the external Vajrayogini.
제 점목에 대화래야 춘중 주송 나라 방이지 제내샤 단도 등로 매베고도 너제 도제 나주면 도가니야 나주마지 종네 랑기 칸이슈 가른제네 타마 대외 방이래 팅이네 대외 마차 동무 매수다 이르베 농게 나주마 제바데 농게 나주마 자주 되래.
So, whereas the generation of the inner yogini, as you do remember that received you are offered a little dough with wick on top, and along with it you visualize reception of a Vajrayogini size of thumb from the mouth of the Guru, which went right inside yourself, and like a lightning that danced all over your body, all throughout your body, and finally merged into that sliver little palm visualized at the center of one's navel, and becomes oneness with it. And that is the inner yogini, generational inner yogini.
다 대차는 자 오마지 전에 같이 가만히 오늘 대동의 시집에 매바 전에 공제하디 상회도 좀 못해야 되리.
Whereas the introduction or orientation to the Sangha Dojutsu, or the secret of yogini or Dojutsu, Venerable Lady, that is the visualization of the, as you remember, visualization of the Sushma or the central psychic channel, starting from the crown of your head and down to your secret organ, and you receive those two blissful which meet or encounter at the level of your heart, and they disappear in the state of the bliss and void. And that is the orientation or the introduction to the secret yogini.
다데 뭐 지난 상황도 좀 뭐 총이 소체네 되네 신의 온지 신들의 온지 고야데 어단데 너무 많이 만데 단데 줄랑 고야게 너도로 대상은 중요해.
So upon the with clear orientation or introduction to those three yoginis, then you are given the 4 initiations. Then when you have done so, having met these requirements, then one becomes a fully qualified candidate to do the practices or the terlam or the liberating path or completing stages.
다 오늘 되게 너로게 감사되게 다 사제 니바 관계 냥소랑 주고 쳐대 그네를 붙이 냥소랑 거래서는 네 관계 냥소랑 붙여대라 근데 야다바 저버 산제게 담배 치지 숨어 성마로 너네 대바 지중이 순도래 알리 쳐된 건지 모르다 산제 존대 되게 배 뒤에 칸다 삼바다 발라다 냐다 송베베 쳐 대바 나서 치지 송고야 돼 산제를 쳐 송야라 라와야 뭐 뒤에 삼바다 된 거래
So
뒤에 삼바다 된데 뒤에 강가가 배벨레션 송주요 말에 콜레 팬토바지 코 산제 신 살이야 체야게 포불라 배 타바토야게 탑순도야지 송고고요.
So now that these are the practices, now the teaching. Now we have to get familiar with teaching. The teachings which are offered by the great Buddha, he offered 2 kinds of teachings, or 2 yanas, or the 2 kinds of vehicle, lesser and greater, right? And the teachings that which Buddha offered, that which directly or indirectly leading a disciple to the state of attaining full enlightenment, that accordance with the mental capacity, disposition, and aptitudes of the disciple, that it is not the choice of Buddha to offer the teaching where he feels, but he gives the teaching where the students are. That he gives the teaching with the evaluation of the mental attitude, aptitude, capacity, and disposition of the disciple. This is not up to the liberty of the Buddha, but up to the proper right evaluation of the disciple. He gives the teaching. So Buddha does not give the teaching to please or to placate the Buddha students, but rather that all his teachings are directed towards to lead a disciple directly or indirectly to the state of gaining the full enlightenment for that individual.
Sanje ge chu song dang de ha ji guo ne, han sanje jam ne yang da yin ba de yi xi ya wu yong gu re, de na sanje ge ya, ali sanje ma yin be jam ne ma gu yo re, ji den ba zu jiao ma chu lu yo ye nge jam ne guo yi, ma chu lu pe pe yi jam ne ye ye yi, ma gu xie ji yo re, jam ne ge yin ne xie de yo ma re, de ga zi re.
So, if you do understand the way the Buddha has given the teaching, that will be a wonderful experience. That will be a wonderful information to have. Because there are lots others who claim that I have this kind of teaching to offer, I have this and that to offer, and so on. But if you do know the real essence or the real excellency of the teaching offered, then we really learn to appreciate what a wonderful teacher we have.
Sanje ge ben de bu ma chi da ge pa se ba ro, ye bu ma chi da ge ye bu de zhong zhu zhu, zai jian ka da ne. Ye sha ca ne ne, jiu ma yang ko bu le pu mi zhong wei jian qie ne, jiu ba xi bu ji ne de ne be da jia guo tong sha, pa se ba de jiu ba xi bu ji ne ne be shi da ge be do ma zhen de ba re.
So for instance, the king Ajastu or the Majida, he did kill his father, right? He killed his father because he fell into a plot with the Devdatta. And as he became a victim of that plot, he killed his father, which later, when he encountered some difficulties, he did realize that he did a great mistake, and which made him extremely guilty. He felt tremendous guilt and was in an intense guilt state.
Ani korang ama zomu chinde ma chara senti che ma de sanje ko de ja sho de ga ge se de nga sanje kai ji ma re nga pa se ken di jen ne de sanje ko de ru kha ji sa ne kai ji do mes so ji ge ma re kai ji ma ru sho so zo je yo sanje ko de shin ma re.
So for instance, then his own mother named Tengdema, I don't have Sanskrit for that, Tengdema, then she advised him that you should go to Buddha. Then he said that there's no way he will pay heed to what I say, because I'm such a horrible person who has killed his own father. There's no way that he will receive me. But she said that anyway, you should just try to approach him, that he has a way to help you.
Sanje ko ne ja za, sanje sha ji to ba re chou gu zhu gu. Sanje ge ye bu chen bu chuan ba le song ba ye bu cha be na song gu yo re.
So then he went to Buddha, that Buddha in the form of Nirmanakaya or the emanation body, the great Shakyamuni Buddha. When the king Ajasta reached his place, the Buddha said, "Oh, it has been wonderful for you, great mighty king, to come. Welcome."
Sim du de ba ga di chu song ne dong ye do gu yo ma re. Sim shi ta ga ne ja de do gu yo ma re. Sim ko nyong bu ji go re. De de ye sim du de yo, sim du pa se ben je ba chen be, je ba chen bu yo re. So ali chu song do gu ma re. An ye bu chen bu chen wa le song je, ye bu chen bu pe jong si je mi chen bu ji de le ja be de ka na ma re. Ya na ngal da ye bu chen bu song gu ma re. Di je nga da ye bu ji de ba ji yong wa yim no sa pa da su da ye bu no a do da yo ma re. Ko ran ko re. So de ya ye bu chen bu chen wa le song ba. Yang pa da su da je. Cha su su de ya da ngal le sa cha bu. Sanje de tu chi mo nga pa se ken do chan de ye bu chen bu chen wa le song ya bu de to ga wa re ko ran.
So to give a teaching to a person who is extremely excited that is again that excitement comes on its way of perceiving the real mode of existence, or whereas if one is too depressed, again that is also a hindrance for the realization of the emptiness. So at that time, that his mind was in a deep, very low down, and he was too depressed to realize the emptiness. So thus, when Buddha said, "Oh great king, it has been wonderful that you have come," and he thought that I'm such a horrible person who has killed my own father. There's no way Buddha could have addressed me with such a dignity. And he looked around, he thought that there should be some other person to whom he's addressing. That couldn't be me. Then again Buddha said, "Oh, welcome great almighty king." Then again he thought that it could never be me, but it must be somebody else, because I'm such a horrible person. Then third time Buddha said, "Oh, welcome the great mighty king." Then he did realize Buddha meant him, and he was relieved. He thought that he was a little relieved, and his mind started elevating a little bit upon such a being received with such a dignity. So then when his mind got a little bit elevated, and then if Buddha were to begin the conversation or teaching, saying that it is horrible to kill your own father and mother, that's going to put him into further down, right? That further resentment and guilt. So, but instead Buddha said the father and mother are to be killed. And if one does so, that he attains the Tapa or the perfection. And he said that.
Sanjay Gumala Padama said with the Marebati, Suya the Gumaka in the Sun, Kuyaji, Kukoto, Kuno, the Chamber in Zam. This soon. This Sanjay soon Yambo is a good similar Jani, Tanga Passe out Chonsha Sam, Sam Gabo Jun Palochi, never put on the Deniada, Padaman said Jashi Sumari, Yapaseva New York, they know Sanu Dondu, Sanjay Guma the Kushan Yumari. Yapase Soya de Yababa says Sigmamari, Padi, Toma Mariba, Danzi de Samne. Maras Koyazawa Danzi, the Mabasu Guyorisam, Tikuato Nini, Dameto Bishira Guni, Kodajuma Tosumari.
So when he heard that, the father and mother are to be killed, then of course Buddha didn't mean that, right? But he said it to help him. So that very word directly for that disciple, it made him curious, that he thought that I couldn't have done not really that horrible, I couldn't have done not that horrible. It could be something, I might have done something all right. It may not be that bad. Then that made him the wonder, that being doubtful about that words and contemplating on that. And when he got back to his palace, he did realize that what Buddha meant by the father and mother are to be killed. The father was the initial ignorance. They are grasping of truly existence of our God, Atma God. That is the one which Buddha meant addressed as the father. So thus, thinking about that or contemplating on that matter, then he realized the real mode of existence and finally attained the state of arhathood.
Sanglore Tombe and Rambe, Shionang and Deva Toyaga, Sundu, Shadaji Sungu Yore, the Nayinza, 다들 차비징에 소녀서 기시 넘어서 쳔거리 고마진데 고루 민다도 고마진 정도시 데물 고마시 세제지 나오자 셰지요리 그래서 야고시는 산제급에 알리 추송도 인체레베 대바데니지 고야지요리.
So this is just one teeny fraction of example of the unique excellency where the Buddha presents teaching to the disciples. That's what we call interpretative. Interpretative, and accordance with the mental disposition or the aptitude of the disciples, his capacity to understand. There, in short, there are lots of interpretative sutras that 4 sets and another set of 4 and so on. There are lots of ways of interpreting our teaching of the Buddha. So, in short, there's every single word of the teaching offered by the Buddha is very interpretative and will eventually they're meant for directed for the attainment of the full enlightenment by a disciple, and which are great geishas, the excellent geishas. They know those interpreted sutras real well with those 4 attributes and so on.
제가 산제에 송야 되 것을 추 작아서 것을 추 매버 테면서 것을 테버 치무서 것을 상아 송야 돼 추야니 전에 소모 도니를 저 소모 자와는 멤버 소모 코로서 오모도 청바 되레 이자 상아 송사급에 누자 오모셔도 노보 자제가 주어라 그 감사되베 베세타점 레니자마도 여행지 말이 그냥 다자그 도마도 산제에 송 코아지 들어 자원의 중요 말이.
So it is not that Buddha gave 3 kinds of teaching, like the lesser, mediocre, and the best kind of teaching. That it is because of the mental faculty, the ability to comprehend, ability of comprehension by the disciple, he made those 3 kinds of teachings available, like teachings of the lesser vehicle, the teachings of the Mahayana practice, and the teachings of Tantra, great Tantra. That because of the disciple, he made those 3 kinds of teachings available for them. And like for instance, the teachings about the Chakcha, which means with the desire, teaching on the Tantra, that because of the rarity of the disciple, that it became rare. Like for instance, rarity of candidates during the 2 former Buddhas or 3 early Buddhas, that rarity, the non-availability of the disciple, that teaching wasn't offered.
Today is a Sanjay Kong, Suwatibe, they just say Japan, no, Samba Sungo Indu, and Tibachimbo, Junior, not all just Sungo Chuniore, Chubun Jeri Jedon. Kangasu Doina, Tibachimbo, Teba Member Shuni Sundori, teaching that Timeni.
So Buddha had to give the teaching, like for instance, as many as 84,000 heaps of teachings to the disciple, because there are that many number of the disciples with different disposition and mental capacity to understand. So, but if we summarize all of those teachings, they all fall under 2 categories: the category of the teachings on the lesser vehicle and teachings on the greater vehicle.
Tigba Sayadi, Chobas, but the Yaja Togu, the Tigbari. Yaja Matu Shosun, Matibaruma, Tig Matisia, Chobit. Tiba Chimbo Sayadi, Sija Tamjaga Dunkir Tori, Kola. Sija Tamjaga Dunarji, some baby, Doji Chimbuji Kitu Hendiri. Tiba Membaga Raduma to Kitu Yomari.
So the yana, or the vehicle, we translate as yana, right? Yana, or the tekpa in Tibetan. That yana meant the ability to carry, our ability to carry, without dropping it. So when we say great vehicle, that means that our ability to carry our great load, our great tonnage, that we are able to carry a great load of the concern of the all sentient beings on our shoulder or on our back without dropping, Whereas the lesser vehicle, that they are able to carry their only personal concerns, not the concern of others.
Tiba chimbu chu nyaso lege yin, seje tam jege tönde kurdu cherne, rang toya sanje ji gomoto, seje tajege tön jigi yore.
So, if one were to carry out the practice of the greatest vehicle, that's Mahayana, then one carried the responsibility and concern of all sentient beings on one's back, and for that very sake, one works for the enlightenment, in order to work for the well-beings of all sentient beings.
Tiba membage rang tön zo chenibe rang khoale tawe, nyangeli deba timege nyandeji tugure, khoale tul tugure.
So, whereas the disciple or candidate for the lesser vehicle, then he majoritarily, that he carries his personal responsibility or personal concern and works for that, the personal liberation, so thus he attains the state of nirvana, that's the state beyond suffering for oneself.
Today is a Sanje Songhe Chani, where Kake Kyondo Yamada, Duje Nuta somebody, me to that, me the Pemba Shada Jisungu Yori. So ya Chu Korean Chani Chigina, Chu Gate, Narudela, and the Tiba Chimbu Chu down, Tiba Mebe Chu Nizi Lori. Then you get on the Tiba Chimbu Chu to be Chow to Churuba. Tiba Mebe Chu to do Shamaru Chanita, when you try Yi Chu Yori.
So, from the speaker's point of view, there's no difference. But difference happened because of the recipient. Because of the recipient, there happened two kinds of teachings, right? That teachings which held the teachings on the great vehicle or the Mahayana, and teachings which are a little inferior in a way because of candidate or the recipient than the Hinayana.
That Tiba Chimbu Tela Yame Duje Unge Duje Songsa Tibe Hajang Be Chotu Juba Ombu Noa Noa Noni Be Yang Rub Be Rub Be Zir Sumba Tela Sanga Chu Song Yori. Timenzula Parchin Tibe Chu Song. Chen Rebu Sanga Tiba the Juparti Chime Tiba Ni.
So, in the Mahayana teachings, now because of the disciple or the candidate, then again he gave two kinds of teaching. The one who is of the most superlative intelligence and mental capacity, the most superlative of the superlatives, most intelligent amongst the intelligent, and that kind of disciple, then he made the teachings of the great Tantra. He taught the Tantra. And those who are not that capable, for them he gave the teachings of the Prajna Paramidhyana. So thus we call it the causal Prajna teachings of the Prajna Paramidhyana, or the resultant teachings of the Vajrayana.
Then Sanga Tiba the Chotu Churuba, Sanje Jokopon, Jobu Druyuke, Lam Deva, Devu Deva, Job, Devu, Sanga Tiba. Parti Chimbe Tiba, Juy Tiba, Asika, Takuni Cheber de la Cheber Mamuyor, that is Shed Kukumari, Ali Nego Tense. Kukumari is the Chun Taduri, Cheber the Mari, the Gashelum, Mindo Cheberida.
So, those two kinds of practice, right, are the causal yana, or the Gui Tekpa, or the resultant yana, or the Vajrayana practice, and which is the most wonderful, in terms of the path, most blissful path, and most blissful result, which we gain out of application of that path into one's practice. And now, if I were to give a talk on these differences between the Prajna Paramidhyana and Vajrayana, then we could go over it for several times, but we simply wouldn't be able to comprehend. But when I say we won't be able to comprehend, please, no offense. I do not mean you won't be able to understand. What I meant is we don't have enough time to cover that.
That's Sanga Rebu Teva, Sanga Teva Delayang, the Judir Majori.
So now the resultant, the great Tantrayana, that too has the 4 grades. amongst themselves.
Jude Chajo, Jojo, Najo Song La Dani, Sicily Gila Sanjava already, where Sidunda Che, in Zindu, Lotunda Zegil Society Jonche, and the Sanjari and Sonia, Lamel Shun Samajeva, Lamegala Madeva, Sanji Yamari.
So now in those four grades or level of tantras, the three earlier or the three former ones, like the Kriya Tantra, Chari Tantra, and Yoga Tantra, that there is means to attain ability to attain the state of enlightenment in one lifetime, but that becomes possible through the extension of one's longevity, through the accomplishment of the longevity practices for the thousands of years. Then one attains state of enlightenment in one lifetime, but still without being depending on the practice of under the Yoga Tantra, that attainment of full enlightenment does not become possible.
Lame Latene, and Judishiba Young, Lame Latene, Sicily La Sanjava Alala Rede, Hindu Sitonchila Sanje Giori.
With the being dependent or taking with help of the under the Yoga Tantra, that not only the attaining enlightenment with one lifetime with single body, it becomes possible, but it is even possible within the short one lifetime of this age of 5 degeneration.
Lame Jude Telayan, where Jugbe Gumba, Pikishedon Dobudi. Noncho, Julu Zeto Tony Shevala, Haju Suri. Doncho says the Shebu Judila, Maju Suri.
So now in the under the Yoga Tantra too, as you see, there are two kinds, the Father Tantra and Mother Tantra. The Father Tantra, which stress upon the accomplishment of the illusory body, the one who takes the one who is designed for mainly for the accomplishment of illusory body. Those kind of tantra is named as the Father Tantra, and one which is specially designed for the accomplishment of the clear light, then that is named as the Mother Tantra.
Paju Maju Tava Kari, Chot Chuba Karis, and Chome Yomari, Chigori.
If you are to ask that which is better, the Father Tantra or Mother Tantra, the answer is they are just the same, equal.
We said that Julius Zoto Tony Shelo, like Shemashima Purgi, Keva Hamasuna, Gashegi, Jingo Zo, Lapuimbala Paju, Lamuimbala Maju Sigendo. Yang Sanja Doji Chanley Ashukengi, Shuabu Puimbala Paju, Muimbala Maju Sigendo. Yang Hagi Yeshiva Jan Jamba Godu, Punya, Lapui Jan Jambala Paju, Mui Jan Jambala Maju Sigendo. Kari Chen and Tandi Matoba. Yang Jingoba Hasuna, Latramaji. La Poinaju Mangala Paju, Muinaju Mangala Maju Shadow, Sego Kendo. Tenation and Harabin de Vajwe, Sandi Tandi Matoba, Shosasan Mani Dio. Sela Teni Jedani Shimbu.
So the difference between the what is Father Tantra and what is Mother Tantra, they awful time with the former practitioners that to draw a line. What is Father Tantra and what is Mother Tantra? They had a hard time. Some said like in where the principal deity, if there is a male, there's Father Tantra. Where the principal deity is in a female form, there's Mother Tantra. And some said it is because of the one who requested that Tantra. If he was a male, that's named as Father Tantra, and if the person who requested is female, that's named as the Mother Tantra. Or some said by the number, that if the majority of the deities in the mandala, if they're male, that's the Father Tantra. If the majority is women, then that's the Mother Tantra. So, and likewise, there really a hard time to define a fine line that between what is Father Tantra and Mother Tantra, because of their lack of understanding that it is named because of the way it is designed for the illusory body and the clear light.
Ta Maju de la Ori da jerum chip chone paju maju da de ngomuluru da paba lada loven de ngomu da na shege jaga ki keba chimbu ta shu chi be ne keba nga ki jong de ne be sebu che ne odire de za de da be maju de la sanje ge sung ja be maju de la be tangar bu zi na ne dongjur cha ji da jiwa cha zhu yo.
So that then the great Tsongkhapa, that he is the one who made that distinction, on the grounds of the illusory body, the way where the stress point, where it is mainly designed for the accomplishment of illusory body as Father, and which is designed towards the attainment of clear light, is the Mahayana Tantra. And that he quote with the direct quote and clarification from the works of the great Nagarjuna, Acharya Aryadeva, and another great saint named Devagumbu, and so on, the other 5 great Indian erudites, great yogis. Then quoting on them, then he made that clarification. Now that this Mahayana Tantra, now there are as many as 16 millions of the Mahayana Tantra practices.
동주 차지 저 차주 그래서 당 먼저 된게 뭐는 비상 먹고 민도와 별레네 동주 차지예요 말이 저 차지예요 말이 유일로 되는 하던 주 문카셔지요로 되는지래 매야 되는 산제 수 뭐무데 야가래 가세요 말이 별레 줄소요 말이 가고 요르스는 폐치 어디네 가주 신고 잡을리나라 가루마게 네 배배네 먹고요. 된대나다. 우진 간주 유다. 샴발라다. 된대나라. 안에 간주 우진 간주 상주셔야 돼서 나를 요래데 나라서 누슨 로는 제야 요 말이. 다시 집어리.
So now 160 million, as many as 160 million. Then if we are asked, do we have all of them? No, not even a fraction, right? That let alone having 100 million, we don't even have a million. Then where are they now? That most of them are in places like in a lot of the land of the Guineas, which is very much in this world in a hidden treasure of themselves by the Guineas, and also like in the land of Ocean, and in the land of Shambhala, and so on. And in this very secret safe, they have treasured those teachings, and it is like the pure lands, pure lands that we can't reach there easily by ourselves. That it is like the pure lands. So now there are that many number of the Mahayana Tantra practices, right? But which is the most excellent amongst all of them? Whose excellency could be well compared with the pinnacle of a victory banner on a pillar, pinnacle of a victory banner. That is the most excellent one, the teachings of the great Sri Chakrasamvara. So that is the most excellent one amongst all. So in the Heruka practice itself too, that there are so many different manifestations of the Heruka, like beginning with the Heruka with 1 face and 2 arms to the Heruka with the 100,000 face and arms and so on. So there are multiple number of the Heruka practices. So But amongst all of them, the Dzogchen, which is most prominent or the most eminent ones, like as a side talk, that though we are left behind in such a very bad time that we are unable to be born when the great deep Buddha was giving such a teaching and so on, but on the other hand, we are here enjoying the most plentiful teachings of the great teaching presentation by the great yogis, the choices of the choice which they made and made available to us, and we have that wonderful opportunity. So now the most prominent amongst all those Hiruka practice is what we call Rinaktism, Luhipa, Napupa, and Tilpupa.
Trushen Nabu Java Luiva Naruba Sumbutilla, the Kalian Tata, Mituma Yomari. Lama Juba Chigri, Juring, Ready Kun Namasum, Kebe Namjur Lukibe. Trushen Nabu, the Shena Meadow Trushen Chimbo, Kedru Chimbo, Casini Shayimba, Kavapene, Shev Sala Mariba Doos, Trons Sala Shev Mazuba Pendure. Nakala do the Korkem ever Yungure, Dulan Amor do Trukem ever Trololo, Dubiore, Tinegru Chimujire, Kun Keba Hajan Kedava Yinza, Saju Sheva de Shendon, Savachen, Zedu Tamba Yindu, Saju Napoba Ajori.
So those three practice of Hiruka by accordance with those three great siddhas, right? Like the Napupa, Tipupa, and Narupa, and so on. But in terms of the excellency of their work or their agreement, there's no conflict at all. They all are just the same. But because of the expression of the expression of the experience and so on, the expression of their manifestation, then the great, for instance, like great Napupa, that as earlier we had to talk about him, that he was such a great erudite scholar and an accomplished being. That wherever he goes, he is 1 foot elevated from the ground, and he would walk in space with 7 umbrellas. They're moving along with him, nobody holding it, and received by the sound of 7 damaru in front. Then since he is such a great learned being, that he gave the whole teaching with the grand exposition on the root tantra. So we say for the root tantra, the root tantra, that is the Napupa.
Loiba Sinyan de Trushen Kun, Loiba Segre, Loiba Segre, Nyato Segre, Kun Trushen Chambure, Kone, Konju, Loiba Segre. Dinjo Konju, Tanabe Chajago, Nada Jen and Dunive, Dajenale, Teresan Dunju Yobakole and Duma Mamuyori. Teza Konju to Zorche.
So where's Lohipa? Now he is also called Lohipa and also called one who lived on the guts of the fish or Natoa. And so we call it for the conducts, then the Lohipa, because he was so meticulous with all the conducts of this practice that there were all the conducts about the way we make offering, way we carry the manners and conducts and so on. He was so meticulous, so we call for as far in terms of conduct the practice of Narupa, practice of Lohipa. So that in his long sadhana also that you will find very extensive practices on the conducts.
Loiba Lusugan de Mate, Disa, Mazo Gaden Chogat on Dugre, Jubal and Dugre, Dojuma Sayor, Arazuno Toyoma Taba.
So the practice of Hiruka accordance with Lohipa, we say it at our Gandhin monastery, and also that's practiced in the tantric colleges, and it is really quite a lot. It really takes a lot of time. I think we are not going to have enough time for that.
Tribuba Singandilla, Southern Tribuba Aswari. Southern Kanga so drone. Dimjo Gazajure, Shejure, Chotan Jure, Kane in a Samu Kanga so drone, the Soviet you said so tune, Zajugabe, non so damdan Rurusha Kanga so drone, Samu Kanga so drone, Yansolan Debo, Yabushigo Soyori. Tizanga Jutan de Adire. Then is a tenala, the gently server which you are, so don't you.
So, whereas it says, for the profundity, then the Gandripa or the Tibuba. Now, that's the practice we do these days. Because he extracted, he took the gist of the profound meaning all from the root Tantra and also from the explanatory Tantra and all the supplementary tantric texts of this practice, and he just presented that in a very most convenient way for an individual to practice. So thus that we call, in terms of the profundity, the practice of Tibuba, Gandripa.
Majuga non the Tashu Gushu, so the member the Dimjoche. Dimjo tele Ramida Manguyo, Yobenoni, so the Lona Trisure, Tandurduna ya.
So,
Lona Trisugana, Nibukanga so do Jabba, Nibukanga do there was a shooter of the Tribuvari.
So, as I told you, the unexcelled or incomparable, the most excellent practice amongst all the Mother Tantra is that of Heruka. And amongst all the Heruka, as we mentioned, that those three kinds, accordance with those three great Siddhas. And amongst all those three great Siddhas, the one who took the effort to extract all the essence, profound meaning of all those three texts and present that in a most convenient for the practice, that is the practice of the great Gandripa.
That triple Luci, Garansu on Shudea, triple Luci, Dilis, Savaji Juneta, said to Sayomari. Tatilla Yoga Yoga Niori.
So, that Tribu Gandripa or Gandripa, his practice of Heruka, the body mandala, that anything in terms of that is profundity, we won't find anything profounder than that practice. That is the most profound practice. That is the most excellent. And that body mandala now is of two, and you have received earlier, that's the Yapkar as the father, and Yumkar, that's the mother.
Ta yoga siddhi tribupa tiksan doya tija. Yoga siddhi, ta yung nanjo ma de lo le chen doya, nga zo kajo mandire, naru kajo dire.
So, now the Yapkar, which we say father, that's our regular Heruka practice we do. And when we say Yumkar, that's the separate, the practice of the Vajrayogini which we do, that is the practice of Yumkar.
Ta doshi nanjo me damba de, Toshin tribupa menga ge, tribu shevdo ge dinjo de, los chi sultan tab dibu nyu chi suya de kadere se na. De zokhen de, doshi nanjo me khurang re. Doshi nanjo me khurang ge sungsa de padya naruta bari. Narubala ngonsu sung, she ngonsu de, tuyo jenda meta mendo che yu.
So now the teachings, Tamba, or the secret teachings of this Vajrayogini in such a convenient way, how that became possible, how that was separated and in a separate, very convenient practice, that it was presented by the Vajrayogini herself to and revealed that or gave the discourse to the Naropa, that who shared who shared with Vajrayogini and who had access to Vajrayogini, and they lived more like we human live together. They were always together.
That year, Kulu member with the Haza Sumba member, Kung de Dinjo Zaju Liu Kashe la Duni, Tenani Manga Su Duni. 배도지 창의 명아랑 수도인의 로루소는 양소랑 디모딜리소네 아니 도시에 나루바도 나와래.
So again, it is not that without source. It has its authentic sources that being extracted directly from those original authentic sources of the root text. Then she made it presented in a most convenient way and offered that, bequeathed that to her disciple Naropa, and that with the direct quote from the root tantras of the Heruka.
But Narutava singing the Javaki Kedu, Kunjinani Vezugi, Keva Bentida, Kundabu Meke, Tashi, Trushin Chigine, Korambe, Nashana Merevi Trushin Chuyor, that is Luju Hene Mamushayor, that changed, yeah.
So about the life of that Naropa, as you know, that he is not ordinary at all.
Honga Lama Deva de Dilobar then the Gawaji and Truto, Trojin Chimbuche San and the Nijian Dojin Najume, Memandur Dune, Konda Nori.
So that great Naropa, that he, all his lives and so on, I have taught several times, and you could recollect on them, and he has what a kind of background he come from, right? After having accomplished a very higher level of understanding, and with the bring a discipleship directly to the great Telupa, then finally, then he received those teaching of practice of Vajrayogini directly from her.
Trojin Tilabaya Sanje Sadi, Tabe Sanje Ranche Shuni, Mi Shunjaya Yomaredi, Naruba Jesus Tonala, Megego Yamira Don Kajil Truni, and Naruba Nira Kajetondo, Naruba Don Pa. Kashi Joji June, and Naruba Trushan Sore, Konge.
So, great Telupa, that great Siddha Telupa, he was already enlightened at that time, and which for most any other human beings, they're not at all accessible. That he wasn't around at all, but just to benefit, to help his disciple Naropa, then he appeared, and how he made Naropa a great disciple by making him go through those 8 major ordeals and so on, and as you know it well. Now, if you were wonder that who is the teacher of the Telupa, great Namgyeshap is the master of the great Telupa.
Namgyeshap Lama the Suresan, Trushan Samabari, Goiba Sigre, Samabasigre.
And who is the master of the great Namgyeshap is the Samapa or Gohipa. We also call him Gohipa as secret.
Goiba Lama Zo the Suresan, Tagisha, Nabuja, Nahal Feding.
Then if you wonder who is the teacher of the Gohipa, then that is the one who fly in the sky, as we talked earlier, that great Siddha Nagucherpa, the one who elevates in the air. And the eminent or the main master of the Nagucherpa is the great Siddha Zalendariba. Zalendra is the name of the place where he come from. And the master of the Zalendariba is the Riveshap.
Riveshap Lama de and Tribubare Lona Trisungi Tribubare.
So the master of the Riveshap is the Tibupa or the Gandripa, that we count 3 masters, right? That Gandripa. That very Gandripa is the teacher of the Riveshap. So the master of the great Tiruva now should be the great Vajradhara.
Oh yeah. Ta denima keje shena lama kashi ya sheja wa inza tada lensa de ganzo narba sal deyo ba nar khajo inza.
So
Narba sal deyo ba.
we trace back, since we are starting with Naru Khaja, Naru Yogini practice. So we trace back, now we are at the Narupa.
Ta narba kundu la tu ni nenju me nga de sui ke yore. Ya ga lo sui ke yore, pe lo sui ke yore. Chije lo ba sui ke yore sitre da digi yongsa de zai chu ge kong de ma shen de jia zui shen ge ma bu de ri san ni kong long za ni me de chu shen ge ma bu yore. Mi da ne digi ma re ma do hai go gu re ga na su kong sui jie ge kong me sui me shen shen ge de da jiran sui ne chu kong de ya bu zai jiu go re gu ya ju zai ji yore. Da na ru be sha la do ken de sui yore se na kong na da ji ge yin na ni ka ju me kong tu gu yo ma re ma do 나르베 소마 벽을 라마 조데 소라 마르바레 가지베 담보 가지가 라마 담보 가지 주hendire.
So now to begin with Narupa, now from where the teaching came from, that how it was brought, from where the teaching went from Narupa. Now we have to trace, right? That we have to trace who brought it to Tibet, who brought it to other places, who brought it to the West, and so on. That from there, that we have to trace the origin of the teaching, right? That these days there are lots of people outspoken, they go around, give the lots of false teachings without an authenticity of the origin. I don't need to name, but just to warn you, for your own good sake, that you should always be careful and trace the origin and track down the authenticity of the teaching. That's a very wise thing to do. So the disciple of the Narupa is the great Lord of Marpa, the founder of the Kagyu.
Lora Marpa kitene Kagyu chi chung jes be la Kagyu kitemba khamse ke chung kong tu ru zawa de kong re di Kagyu ma ya ma.
The great Lord Marpa of the Lhoda. Now he is the father, the founder of all the 4 major Kagyu and the 8 minor branches of the Kagyu and so on. Very well known, but he did not have the practice of this Kagyu.
Lora Marpa la Kagyu ma song ya ma re.
Narupa did not give the teaching of the Kagyu to the Marpa.
Lora Marpa kule chenpo ser ma mun nam pe la ka le ka bu shira je ya ga la Narupa cha sung pe.
The Marpa, Lord Marpa, overcoming the lots of hardships, and with collection of large amount of gold and so on, with immense hardship, he made 3 trips to India.
Marpa la sung ja be chu gu zo de dire no ju da ni gi gomba o ga ru se bu ta keja ga ga ji lu keja lo de ji de ga du du ya ji ba do ji re yi dan ji do.
So the most eminent, the most prominent teaching which was given to the Marpa by the Narupa is the practice of Hivajra, which is has direct origin, which is extracted from the Tantra named Dagni, 2 signs, or Dagni. So when I have to give the discourses, just sometimes this forget.
Ji do ji an sigre, ji ba do ji an sigre.
So
mi ji wa re.
We also call it Ki Dorji or also Geba Dorji, pleased ones, or Hivajra. They Ki Dorji or Geba Dorji, they are just same name.
He men zar se de he se du me ba yin he se ji se ya ko ro re. Don da de wa he se de ji ba lo ko go re. Ni bu chu be ga bu yong la he che re. Chi ji ba do ji se re.
Hebenza. it meant here is interpreted as please. So, and Vajra meant Vajrayite. So it is called pleased Vajra.
가지게 들라 기바도지다 나르추루 나요래. 가지마 나요
The 6 yogas of Narupa was passed on to Marpa, but Kachuma wasn't offered to him.
다 나르발라 자가르레베 케바 로마 망고요. 로마 빠도 뭐 요래 되나레베 제다 민다고 조셰 케바 첨부. 제다 민다 로마 체도 봐봐. 로마 주니 요래.
So Narupa had the many great realized beings as his disciple in India, but amongst them there are a group of 12 which proved to be the most excellent ones amongst all.
로마 주니 부들레 나르 가져 잔노 요마레.
So to none of those 12 disciples that he gave the teaching of Narupa, Kachuma.
다오는 가져면 솔로 노래스는 방팅 받고 체니라 노요래.
Then if he wanted to whom the teaching of the Kachuma was given, then he gave them to the 2 Pamdingpa brothers.
방팅마 빙자 니요래.
The Pamdingpa, there are 2 brothers of Pamdingpa.
배우래.
They are all both Nepalese.
대산 배우 중보다 방팅 스그레 미 로마 되나래.
So I think they still name that place Pamding, you know, and there's still the place is named after them, and it is in Nepal.
방팅마 gemala 지메 잡아 스그레.
The elder one is named as Jigme Thakpa,
중월라 가와 잡아 스그레.
and younger one named as Ngawang Thakpa.
너무 지메 잡아자 파 자갈은 나르베 로마지 셜루도 로든 심버레.
First, the Jigme Thakpa, he went to India and seeking the guidance under the feet of Narupa. He lived for 7 years.
되네 빈자 중원 가와 잡아기 빈자게 뭐 개동가 심버레.
So then the younger brother, Ngawang Thakpa, went to India to get his older brother.
니 개동가 용자다 저러야 최슈 또 드송의 그런 로송데 로고 드송자 로송제 로고 고고바데 임바요. 데레지 벽에 나르베 샬로도 안초로 페니 배윤이 템바페 배윤을 가지고 미쳐도 다르고 중오래.
So then when he went over, the younger brother, then the older brother told him that you should also stay around a little while and receive the teachings as well, and which he ended up staying for 3 more years. And between 2 of these brothers, then they extended the teaching of Yogini in the Nepal, and which is still practiced very widely all around that country.
다 공개 파템버게 로자와 로자 셔르즈발은 나요래.
Pamdingpa offered that teaching to the translator or Loja Sherpzikpa.
로마 gem버레.
He was one of the senior students.
매저 로자와 로르 잡아야 파템버자라 주는 쉬어버려. 다 로마 쉬어버입니다.
Menju Lojitapa. Now, he also had the teachings from these 2 brothers.
말로 로르 잡아 자갈에 페네 딤조고 주고 타여봐 세마입니다.
And also, it looks that this Menju Lojitapa, he made trips to India and had very extensive teachings on the Heroka too.
안에 저 로제 셔르즈발에 주모무센 가지마다 딤조 니자 셈버레. 셔르즈바.
Also,
파티메 로마 gem바 코란이 게저레 심바.
so also he mentioned Lojitapa, he obtained many teachings from Lojitapa. As I told you earlier, that Lojitapa was the senior disciple.
다 도시 내주면 내가 디카네마 연구도 따는 여도지 청스네레 가르치는 콜로도 마체네레 내주마 체네레 공제 되네 너르바네 파티마 고체 니레.
So now when we trace down that from where we received these teachings of the Vajrayogini, now that whether we say great Vajradhara or the great Shri Chakrasamvara or great Vajrayogini, from them it was passed to great Naropa, and then from there to two Pamdima brothers.
가지면 명한딜라 오래 여도지 청네 내주만 코로나세마도 콜로도 맞지요 말이 디바루티.
So now from the great Vajradhara, we shouldn't count the Shri Chakrasamvara or the Heruka, we should count the Vajrayogini from
맞아다라제 내주마제
Vajradhara,
Naropaje.
Yogini, Naropa,
파티마 고체 니제
two brothers of Pamdingpa,
시르찌바제
then Sherp Sekpa,
로르 잡아제
then Lotu Thakpa.
라마 두 다디네 사자공가 니부레.
Then these are the seven gurus. Then comes the Sajja, Gunga Nyingbu.
다 사자공가 니부데 마 조링데 내 로주 제부셰 투사마레 라마 망고 라마 송주제만도 사레. 데 강가 셰게 되는 것도 두세 시타요 말이야. 뭐 가봐 친데 두세 통통 샤다레.
So
배네 멜로르도 잡아 고도자 되네 쉬쉬 아니 마배용 공급에 주 상아 살마주네 로르 잡아 예브들라 다양 가성의 쇼이마 다양의 마소 공주제고 공주제고 큰큰세 큰리스 제 개차 요할 다시 먹어 사자 공주제고 예측하 니마제 다공 뭔가 nhiệm 그런 루르 잡아 고는 자 드레스 갈래잖아 마 살마시네 되네서 마 살마주네 사자게 된바 전부 다르래.
So such Gunga Nyingbu. Now he sought the feet of the great Melodita and so on, and received teachings from him. And as I think we had to talk about it yesterday, that his father, Kunjo Tepo, he did the practice of accordance with Nyingma tradition. Now, anyway, I think we don't need to discuss that again since we had yesterday. Now, whereas the Gunga Nyingbu, Sajja Gunga Nyingbu, he started with new Tantra.
당어서 네 줘봐라 공가 니부지 공주 전전지요 뭐 그런 예부도 요 말이야. 공가 니부지 한 말이야.
So in this lineage, we count from Gunga Nyingbu, so we don't count his father, Kunjo Gyaltsen.
공주 공가 전전제. 다 공가 전전게 세 니요래.
So Gunga Gyaltsen, he had two disciples. So
그래서
two sons,
지서 잡아져서 니래.
Sonam Tsemo and Thapa Gyaltsen, two sons, Sonam Tsemo and Thapa Gyaltsen.
공숨부대 때 기녀래.
So all three of them, they are all upasikas, or those who have taken the 5 lay vows.
길롱 말에 기출 말에
They are not.
때 기녀제 남자 까부 쳐서 사자 고마 까르부 남 수문 쳐버려.
So since those three, they are as a candidate, as they are upasika, they are called 3 white ones, and 3 white ones amongst the Satya.
다 되네마 사자 벤트다 공가 전세. 롱건 주제 바바니 개바 벤트다 주신 신부. 제다 미라가 라마니 길롱레 마보 남니 쳐버려.
Gunga Gyaltsen.
공가 전세 벤트다 공가 전세.
Gunga Gyaltsen and
롱건 주제 바바.
Drongo Chuje Papa, Gunga Gyaltsen and Drongo Chuje Papa. Now those two are the monk, the bhikshus, and they're called as a set of the 2 red, which meant they are the fully ordained bhikshu, and especially the great Ngajimbo.
Oda ngabu tela saja kuma nga segore.
So those 5, right, set of 3 and set of 2, and they are called 5 upper sakyas.
Saja kuma nga jabe ya ngore.
All of them, every one of them are the real Manjushri.
Jenda mede vela ma chungore. Ta tene ma kaje koron su sere, kaje pinjare yore, tene ma jenda saja su jabe ya ngi chinji la ba shada is, ma je saja la ma chimbu su be, jibu ta ma jenda mede ba shada chungore de ma.
So that most incomparable beings, they are most incomparable beings. And then after that too, the whole chronicles of Lhasa Sajya Lamas, they became a most incomparable and wonderful and very well blessed by Manjushri.
Sajya Dachen the kuma siya yungudu, Sajya Dachen the nade Dachen re. Sajya Dachen tene ma ngabu tene ma jebu chin salama ledu Dachen Luru Jenzer, Dachen Luru Jenzer Kisat Pado, Sajare, Tedu Kajo Madu Sajavala Matu Suchila, Oa Nangumare, Lua Nangumare,
So
Miza and Sungumare.
As you know that you heard about Sajya Dakti and so on, and also Sajya Koma, you hear the name. Now from there, that I was just down about the Chronicles of 7, that it was never went outside the Sajya. It just remained in. And when it on 7th, I think, the Dachen Loju Genzen, until him, that it remained just in, within the family.
Te Bardella Denebe, Saja Sergi Jusun, Lobe Sergi Jujis Jan, Jusun Jujiori, or the Saja Mato Sujila Nangumari.
So until then, there are 13 golden teachings of the Sajya, which was offered exclusively to the Sajya and was never available to others.
Saja Jarim Menda Chu is Jori. Saja says Naura Maraba is, Saja Ganonijan, Saja Lama Taga Taga Sol no Mado, Saja Yinsel Nangumari, Saja says Naura Maraba is.
So, and those 13 are called a teaching, a set of 13 not to cross the borderline of Sajya. And also it says, they're saying that everyone countable as Sajya is not qualified for those teachings. So even amongst the Sajya, there are those who are of the highest intelligence, only they receive the teaching.
Tata Chichulu Luru Jizenge, Jizan Durimachimala non Shabba, Durimachim Saja Mari.
So as from the Dakshin Lochu Jensen, he just gave it to great Doringpa, great Doringpa, and he wasn't from Sajya.
Kondorim Mare Dina Saja Jari Pare, the Chilo Makayo, Yankore, Konkadin Chimbushure, Konga Kadem and Mazutanda Ragmare.
So great Doringpa, now he's the one who broke the fence of Sajya and brought these teachings outside that fence, and then because of that, his courage, then we also got a chance to bind ourselves with this teaching, and we really owe it to him, and otherwise we would not have this chance.
Tatagi Denala Gadinyame, Jizan Durimbas and the one Lajuna, Gadinyame Seguyade, Nanjume Mamade, Saja Jari Re, the Chilo Makayo, Namazungo Leate, Konga Gadi Yinza, Gadinyame Jizan Durimbas Seguchore.
So in the lineage group prayer, it says, to the great Doringpa, whose kindness is unequaled. We say whose kindness is unequaled because he's the one who braved and crossed the borderline of Sajya and made it available to us. So as we put that gratitude, that we name, we even address him whose kindness is unequaled.
Saja Jarim Menda Sergi Jusun Seatela, Mamu Kursun, Mache Kursun, Kaju Kursun, Seatena Yore. They are not Jusun, so the Kajun, 고송을 가지고 고송이 나는 나를 가지고 엔다 가지고 메자 가지고 송유산에 초통 초주의 샤르란도 샤르 통우도 초 샤르란도 버스베 콘수송의 시부지 인세어리 초고도 로기네 통우도 로용 통우도 로켈레 초고도 로용 스자네 가지고 마치 고송도 베샤다 메레베 세주주 송거는 다시 고슈들이
So those third golden teaching society, they are like, for
가지고
instance,
고송을 마치 고송 말해 가지고 고송을
so three are set of three circle of the red, the set of three circle of great reds, and set of three circles of set of three of the kaju, like narrow kaju, major kaju, and inner kaju, right?
이내 비슷하게는 마음 고소 용기 돼. 이내 마음 고소 마치 고소 스제네. 저다 마음 다도서 원도가 산대요. 이제 고르콜리세한다도 쓰여래. 단디 가이네 마음 고소 나를 가져야 돼. 다른 사람 가서 지어야 되지. 미저 가져서는 저부 미저 발라 담아 좋네. 원도가 사치 임다. 미저 가져.
So
엔다 가져서는 저부 엔다 부디게 zina chuwa injiri. Da tere chini joba ingiri sangdo.
So that those very uncommon practices, for instance, like the three reds in that, like Ganapati and so on, there are other practices. And whereas these three of the circle of the kaju are the most wonderful, because it said that if you concentrate on the accomplishment of full enlightenment, the all other powerful attainments come as byproduct. You are able to accomplish all others just eventually on their own, they come by. And so because of that unique attributed quality of those, they are most wonderful. And there are three as sets, narrow, as we are discussing now. And metta, that's again one of the practice given by seed great practitioner Metta, and Indra Kaju, that is, I think, come from King in the body and so on.
Dan yama she mogodo yuwa shengwa mari goya mendo. Dan naru kajene cho rube tomu sharlan ruba yin songa jikje.
So now I think we don't need to discuss about that much, but let's discuss the salient features, the very great excellency of this. First is that if we can't concentrate on accomplishing the cho or the supreme, the others come as byproduct, accomplish on our way,
Dan kono dimjo laye chechu mambu sung yoredi dimjo le jang na jo mande be maran sol tsamba yaga nya tela chechu sung yore.
So the great Hiruka is the most excellent, but especially this Vajrayogini is very suitable for us, very suitable for our practice.
Le mama ma kaje de menga yoba imichi saba le chang saba inje.
So since we will be able to go to the Kaju land even without having to give up our own form, which we have now, so it is called most profound amongst the profounds.
La do long dewa inje.
And second, very convenient to practice.
Dimjo demba dan dini che de tab de yore. Sanlo tong gong de yore.
So
that is sani nani ma deva jodi shen yong.
So unlike when you say the Hiruka practice and this practice, that it is really much simpler and convenient to practice, which you would see by yourself as our teachings go by.
Menga do chewa yin so yore. Menga mambu chi de sha de do chewa che. La do long dewa che. Le mama ba kaje do sumbu te nanjo mandigi be tomu maimbe che shuri.
And very encompassive in terms of the manga or the precepts or instruction, very encompassive in terms of the instruction. So those three, that ability to attain the state of the Kaju land without having to give up one's body, encompassive in terms of the instructions and conveniences and its simplicity, that those are the three features of this practice.
Tandelange sa Narubaki Yedamama Juba Shani, Tatema Lama Kanga Sheto Mason de Gandari Ime, Neshusa de Tijarbuchire, Sakashi Shuyori.
So now I had this, though I haven't been able to tell the lives of those great lamas from whom this teaching was passed on, but I had this teaching from the great His Holiness Devji Tshang Dorji Chang, from whom I had several times. That his life can be said in a few lines. So lives of the teachings are great Changju Chunbe, that if you were to go over that, you would know, and Changju Chunbe. And in short, that he is the embodiment of all three great Tsongkhapa himself in form of teaching Changju Chunbe.
Ta ali sheju mebda ya ta joma shecho paru do shecho ta khong sho sa lama de cheden ganzu changme lama re lama do cha phamun kar bushire.
So I think we don't have time for that, but much as time goes by, I'll talk about him. And he had this teaching from Phabunka, that from whom we all had the teaching.
Kon namba ni jebe lama tamale zebat sile ani be lomba be nakada nyamba chu manyo lama ro ni chu yore.
So the Phabunka,
that's it. Ta dine insan ni nge she bu ya junzen kare sana. Be jawa doji chane tanda ba joba parma chet wa de de la jo do joba she bu ya di jelo ji joba manyamba as chi ni chi jo ni joba lama tra chi le ji she ba ro ya wo she ji ma jo ni on di ore jelo ji joba mi le chi ma so ba khandu da ma khalan thu je ba ro shi le be do su bang di ni on yore joba ma she yore ya de ru ni chi gu khong du teng ge yin chung go gang lu thu ba ro chi ge be khong ya je ne be sang je le thu ya ge khong chi yore.
So reason that I had to trace the origin of these teachings is because to let you know that in these chronicles of the great beings, there wasn't anybody, that every one of them are highly realized, that in that chronicle there's no, amongst line of the human, a dog has not passed in between.
Oh ya na yore chi ya na yore chesa ongi cho manu ba se nyeju ongi cho manu ba che chela gu joba manyam ba che dama ge sagar malo ba che megu ge samba sim ba che nyeju jiden che.
So that
ongi cho manu ba se
that from them both teachings, initiation and teachings were passed. The first, the in lines, the stream of the initiations or the one has.
Chula ma so na kangrin ma chu yung ya de chu paru ji sawala ma zu ba che da ne de jodi yo chu de ma ju ma che yung yo.
The stream of that has not gone underneath the soil, but stream of that, just as it comes from the snow mountain, it has coming, and that stream is directly coming to us. This mountain.
Chelab ji juba manyam ba sha lama na ba zu ma chi ni chi juba lama chamo lo be rang rang lama le te gu su jin do ten de ma do dang si si shu lu lama le nye me che ya no bu ting lu be be chelab ji juba de la dang si ge be le shu ni nyam cha ru zang de chung yo da ne pe la zang xin zang ma chen yong de yo re chelab ji juba manyam de yo re.
Now, second quality, that is the stream of the blessings are not impaired, unimpaired streams of the blessings passed on. The reason that every one of those great lamas who are in the chronicles of these, they had their wonderful relationship with their gurus, the unimpaired relationship with their guru and devotions. So thus the unimpaired stream or the blessing.
Kashele Jubazad Meba, Pinu Jera Sontina Gardu, Tawati Milisha, Rangong Shiati, Juba Yomari, Kola Yoya Yomari, Awoya Yomado, Tinema Imba, the Geology Juba Manyamba Asya. That Anoga Saga Malobas.
So, stream of the blessings stream of the blessing unimpaired is just pouring on us, right? Some just take a note or they on their way, they just happen to read a note, and what if that sounds interesting, pass the message to the student. If you were to practice such a practice, that it wouldn't be able to offer us anything. So thus, that in this, that stream of the blessing is just pouring directly from those great beings, passed one after another.
Damaga Saga Malo Saga Siade, Korim Le Kor, Liuda Chil Kori. The Lamat Sajawadu Chana Tanda Penla, Ma Juba Suguma, Damaga Saga Malo Baba, Korim Matruba Chedumania Tanegbe, Chemaju, Hamaju, Bechuna, Bejawadu Changuma, Nanshin Mashene, Tanda Pendo, Memaga Saga Malo Yundiori, Chigri.
So, order of the teaching is intact. That order, the way the teaching is presented, they are not in an unorganized way, but in a very organized, in the right order. From the way it was passed by the great Vajradhara, it is passed in the same manner still this moment.
Muguja Samba Simba Asya, Lama Chigi Zani Chigi Shore, Kungbe Mugu Chimu Yawajan, Tegu Yawasho, Betosin Betsimbache, Yang Kungi Yashun, Kunga Mugu, Lama Juba to the Chigi Chili, Ranga Lama, Tegu Shore, Madoba Chigi, Danyanda, Pusu, Jenibe, Lama Langaji Sambaru, Savan Chuma Yumachiri. Today is a Juba Lama, some of the Mugu Sambatin, the Tanapale. Today is a Tachana Sugar Jensen Charles Lavaremado, Tanapella, Yeji Jidens, and Nagaji Sondiori.
So now the fourth quality, being fully satisfied with sincere regard and respect to one's guru. That from whoever the teaching was received, the disciple was fully satisfied and maintained his very sincere devotion and respect to that guru. He never felt that he is greater than his guru or overlooked the thought of the guru and deride him or so on. But he received the teaching, practiced it. So the word used here is Mikugi Sampat Simba, which means one's mind fully contented, fully satiated with the full devotion and sincere respect to the guru from whom the teaching is received. And it has been like that in this lineage. Now, how you are going to do it for yourself, it is all up to you and in your choice.
Marasuga Lama Sudan Suima Lama Juba Jurin Sulatanani, the Muguja Samatsimba, which Yamushada, Chuyor Mado, Jalamanga Shella Yansamu Kaza Yori.
So that it happened with every one of those lamas that their mind fully contented or satisfied or satiated with sincere regard and devotion to their guru, that otherwise there happened very strange things to few lamas that who did not share that kind of attitude.
Tode Nabi Chuburgi, Chu Yonso Shuri, Lalori, Tode Nabi Chu Shuva, Lalori. Johnson Taruka Lalo, Jerusho, Lomoga Lama set, Lama Drilici, Loma Sa, Tanija Jewulicin, there is a millionaire Jekayori.
So, for instance, like there was a person, a lama, who claimed to be the explorer of the treasure teaching, one who explored treasure teaching or the singular. So name you don't need to bother. So actually I missed the name a bit. But anyway, his disciple and him, and he gave the teaching to the disciple, and they finally fought with each other, and this disciple killed Lama. Then Lama was born as one of the evil spirit, and that evil spirit devoured the disciple who was alive, and they both lived as evil spirit till now and doing lots of harm around that vicinity, you know. So that's how it happens. So our teachings are with those four qualities as we mentioned earlier, you know, that it has all those four intact. So to warn you to be real careful, we should investigate any practice we are going to incorporate in our life. Because if we make a wrong choice, that does not become a wrong choice just for this life, but our choice for the whole future life is also messed with it, right? So thus that we should be extremely careful and to make a proper investigation of the teaching which we are going to seek. So that our practice which we are going to incorporate in our life, that should be a practice with the four attributes, the four validities. The number one, we do need a very valid or sound Lama. If we do not have a sound Lama or the valid Lama, then nothing becomes possible. Then second, a sound quotation or the sound transmission. Third, sound or the valid treatise. And fourth, sound or the valid experience or the insight. So what we need is being dependent on that treatise, being dependent on that instruction, that we should have the testimony of the great beings who have experienced that in their life. We should never expect to happen something which is unprecedented in the past. We shouldn't expect it. Say if you receive a Lama teaching from a Lama and said that if you do this practice, you are going to have a horn on your head next day, and if you do that practice and by next day you find that there's no horn on your head, then it means that teaching is not working, right? But what I meant is that through the implementation of that practice, that somebody should have received the insight, and that insight or experience that in their life. So, on the other hand, that our teaching should be traceable directly from the sound Guru Shakyamuni Buddha himself, that it should be traceable directly to him, that it shouldn't be from anywhere else but Buddha himself.
Nanjo me me de dang di le so le la dang jia ba ko le de ju ge za ju na de dong ba re dan de za ju na de kong jie shuo ya yo re za ju song ken ni yao do ji xiang re.
So whereas concerning this Vajrayogini practice, the is practice is lezo, which means that all other activities or actions which we could perform with help of this practice, every one of them are traceable. Every one of them are traceable, or every one of them has their direct link from the root text of the Tantra, Yoga Tantra, which was spoken forth by the great Vajradhara himself.
Doma tseme she es dire. Ta pende da tseme den la paps. Sanje sung re se sung ze ke lam sa ji ju yo ma re. Ge da ge shuo yi ma pa da ma ne se ja xin sung je yo. Te yin ba re se pa se ma se je ni ri ma re. Te da ji che pende da ge da ji je pa da ma se ja se de gong ji gu ba mo la ne je sung je. Gong ji ga re la gong lu. Gong ji dan zen gong mo le gong du. Te se go re. So lu de ga re se ne da me do she re ge se go re. Gu ba ga re se ne ta ba to go re. 내가 그거 거기 대마소는 저 뭐지라 대마소나 거 카드사 주시그랬지. 어디에 그거다. 뭐라 너지 되는 거는 다제 전에 배달로 밥이야지 뭐요래. 배달도 처음에 배달로 밥이죠야.
So thus that it should be originated directly from the Sang Buddha himself. But just is that enough? Is that adequate? No, because that teaching of the Buddha, words spoken by the Buddha, should be well established by the works of the great sound pundits or the great scholars. For instance, if we were to take literally whatever was spoken by the Buddha, then how were we going to take this word as the father and mother are to be killed? That what he intended.
Dagang, Kenamji, Libertala, Mayga, Longja, Gushim, CJ, David Station, Libertala, Mayga, Longja, Gelung Sudan, Kabatsu, Sumari, Ngay Kanan Javati, Sela Taji Chebadan, CJ, Deren, Setabanage, Mendela Taji Chishu, Sanjig Sun, Reselam Sandaga, La Lela Mage Sumbari. Say Lada, Sik Ders, say the Miratam Jana, say Aima in Lamsa Haguri. So Chimu Yunu Guguri, Jun Chen Gugumari. Ti mi sebe che gore, che ne hai chi bogore. Da no jun pabu te chuju yu na dar gore, dol da no dol da gore. Si che dar sung ta go no je, sang je ge sung de le be ja ja mo ju wa da, jung ze go ju, shen do go ju sung la, ji fa sung ge da je je, da zu chen nang zu chen go ma re. Be ja zu ge shen ge, da je che shu sung ba re.
So that we should know the whole content of the teaching, that what it was intended, what Buddha meant by it, and its purpose, then, and also the rejoinder, if we were to take that word literally, right, and so on, and where it was explained by the great erudite beings, so it should be well established by the great scholar, and we need their help too. So Buddha himself also said that, O bhikshus or the great masters, that check up, investigate what I say. They are for you to practice, not to pay the respect. They are for you to practice, not to pay just respect. So he said that just as you will check or inspect a gold by rubbing, burning, and cutting, in the same way, investigate my teaching. Like the faults or the stains in a gold can be well traced by burning, then that will take the gross dirt of a gold. That still we can trace it, then we have to trace it by cutting the gold. Then if we still find it faultless, then to trace down the final stains in the gold, we rub it on a stone so that we can trace if there's any addition or if there's any adulteration, right? So thus, a way it is done in the goal, do the same thing with my teaching.
다 주토 체면 고네 또바 체면 저래 진용 와서 양배 조선지게 배 내주면 다젠도 녀바 동 곰자네 아니 또바 저래 진이 배고루니 용하지 근데 사마야르바다 들으지 뭘 채우지.
So as the subject itself is of three kinds, that directly understandable and which needs which are a little bit obscure and extremely obscure, and those three has to be understood with the help of the three inferential understandings, right? Now, which becomes exclusive for the great masters like Kirkishis, and also like the now this practice should be well experienced or with the testimony of the great siddhas that who have gained high realization by putting this to the implementation of this practice. Now that we have the testimony of the several many great masters, right? With uncountable number of them.
다 로자와 세년대 되면 지금 주고요. 저 강가로 산스케 토로 요요로와 파벌을 저그 로자와 세대지 고리.
And when it was brought to Tibet, then also it should be brought over by a sound translator.
대상 알아서 게 저그 로자와던 더 말이. 게 저게 게 저산 리요르디 로자와 추주르베 고도 자가게 캠부지 되는 쇼고리. 로자와 그런 데고. 밴드다 주고 그래.
So
다소 주르니 밴드다게 될 줄도 면도 용을 상로도네. 하다 지지지가 캠부도 마마 그 수행을 지금 수행이 요래. 전에 아니 저지 셔때 때라 파와서 로자와 줄 사는 줄 안도면도 다 슈 밴드다게 저 안도면도 그 체매고 때라 파네. 아니 이제네 추절 주고를 마도 깨도 주로 상관이 해요 말이야.
So it is not like way it is translated these days. Those days, the translation and their qualities are lot different. For instance, there has to be the witness of a judge of a great master or abbot who sits there as a witness or judge. And there's a great scholar and the translator. Between three of them, they work as a team. And the great scholar, he, with the help of his authority on the text, check up the work of that scholar translation. And when it is found the faultless with these three, through the teamwork of those three, then only that scripture finds a way on the shelf of the temple, you know. So just translation of the literary term does not qualify that text as a work of the translation.
모르종 공송 시카 송래 양 사제 조만 개마 요마리 조만 공송래데 다르차 침부 제월래데 이네 배제게 온 주제게 치 제대게 롱 디제데 차송 시라랑 치 다부지 매버다 됐다야데 거우자종네 주바디레 거우자종 생라마레 요사게 미다샤버레 거우자종네 주네 차천도지 창진도 풀려 사천 로세자선 마제 로세자선 로세 편수 있지사.
So,
Yama, Nila, Benjig on, Trujeg Lung, Jevde, Nero Trujeg Chi, Jevdeng Lung, on Lung Chi Jayori. Tene Yore de Tibe, Sajalaya, Sajano Sangusha Sung the Ten, Churubdi. Sumbu de Layon, Darcho, Kangalo, Bambucha. 대중 어레디 나버 다버르부터 거우자중 주전 소리요 거우자중 주전 마종네 늘 살신 도시야 요새 순 마주에더니 잘레나다 정말 요래 레드데 지게 신세 동로다 제도 사제게 제도 연소내로 더비티비로 제네 자신 송로 또 지게 투범면로 Ali oti lo da.
So,
Oh, lu chi sang chi tao na.
so those the initiation which make a candidate mature for this practice, right? And the teachings or explanations that which liberates or lead the disciple on this practice, and a quotation of the transmission which substantiate his practice. So all those three then started dwindling a little bit in the other tradition of Satya Isab too. Then which was preserved best by the Kagutazong, who passed it on to Tsarjin Losei. I think that it was passed on to him, that it was best maintained in their tradition, all those three.
다 Tsarjin Losei Gyatso ge sung de la Chenze Onchu ge Senri chi jia de, hai Senri de bar bu ji nang yo re.
So in the works of this Tsarjin Losei Gyatso, so he passed on notes to Senri.
Chenze Onchu Senri de na la 내려와 도다 코로나 투상 그 정도 저도 냥수 렘베 신진 게 좀바니 찌찌 동도 샤요 인자 다 신진 동도다 정도 저도 냥수 렘로디特别 到人人送呢很讲嘛呗 대박 이해체네 남로 다버고 지소네 영업에 제자바 통주디 미싱인데 제네 남다로 지소노.
So in that note he passed on to that disciple. Then on there was a little not real confusion, that little mix-up between how to hold the mind and how to bring the investigation and how to maintain the quietude or sin, holding of the mind. And on that line, there was slight kind of little vagueness. Okay. Then since that was not so clear on that, then during the 5th Dalai Lama, he made it real clear and made a presentation of a text called Tongju Dimi, a key for the liberation.
통주 데미게 제대로 나오신 그 신지도네 하나 제가 준이 지금고도 니생가 봐도 고샤 동네 샤브정은 소요래. 어딘데 제는 야체도 지조르고요래. 다딘데 제롱면도 제대로 야술해야도 신지도야도 다 강인 뭐지. 알리 제리 주지대야 뭐지 지금 인스로지.
So in the works of the great 5th Dalai Lama, his text named Tongju Demi, if those who are interested, Tongju Demi. And in that text, he breaks up the whole entire teaching into 15 days, which is supposed to teach, if the teaching were to begin on the 10th and finish by the 25th, right? And he broke up the whole entire teaching for 25 days and made that presentation. And how to do the investigation meaning and investigative, and how to also hold the mind and so on, Chaitun and Sinzin and so on. So anyway, we will not have that much time either. So now mainly I'll focus on the 11 yogas, main practice of the 11 yoga this time.
동주 되면 비싸지래. 비싼 용용지래. 대야다는 강가서 소나 건동고지 진수 담올라 세하게 사제장자 비차죠. 동주 되면 지래. 대가서 다리 저 고다 마고 셴메메시 다 알리 다리들이 지야. 다던도 지다 냐솔레메 추다 내주 주정고 주그래. 다나 야솔레지 추고 고디 셰버래. 다다 추 코랑게 둘루디 셰네 된고 송스로지.
So that Tongju Demi as I said earlier, there's name of text, so we don't need to go over that. Now this takes care of. Now, so far we have discussed about the teaching, and from in our next session we will cover the how procedures that how we are going to do the practices, right? And earlier His Holiness said that I do realize our time's over, but I don't know where to stop.
제부시다 용고마레 마레데 전화주 두জন 공시다제네 제대 야슬라마 돈르디미 나신 사제 좀 도고마레 구샤니 장가 제네 데 샤보 mambo 고야데 사제 수수제도 고야데 용고마레 다 내주 주지기 된다도마 셰샨티 레라베레 지기셰 다른 간주 니도지 동카체 버레 니도지 마도와라 따버리시 레라주 샤다체 한 소마사 디바마jan로 차그레 삼버레디 한 되게 So, we may not have a very detailed version of it, but we will just go with this 11 yoga, which will be very convenient for our convenience to implement what we receive in our practice, right? Because if we were to follow that text, then it goes as much as 25 sections, you know, and that becomes quite complicated or quite a chore. And actually, like this morning, you know, we tried to start with the Dharma offering and so on, and also we forgot to arrange the Dharma here. And in order to receive any kind of powerful attainment, we need the background of the collection of large amount of merit and purifications of negativities, right? And if we always have to do the easiest way, if we always take the easy path, that's not going to work. So we have to, so this morning we did not have our dharma when we were just going to start with dharma offering. Dharma meya de garesna chi shudu ni khasang ong dharma re do su ji je wa do su je ke men do han dharma yan zong zong le ke bu da ju che de chi ge jin dharma sa ba ji ge ji che sha bu ni su ya dharma sa ba shi che yu dharma zong ye me wo ya dan di che ba le da de me che ba ni ba ko bo yu sha khala na sa ba ra ge yo ro zo. So we really have to be meticulous, you know, and serious. Points like that every morning the dharmas arranged here. Every morning we have to refresh the dharma with the addition of the fresh dough on them. And I see that no addition is done this morning. And also if they are getting old, after a couple of days we always try to make a fresh one during the teachings, right? And but we make sure that we get a fresh food every day for ourselves. But these things are neglected. Looks that as we all enjoy our fresh food, it looks like we do have a cook and we do have one who manages the groceries too. But it doesn't look like we have an attendant for the altar who takes the responsibility of the dharma. So langala de kodwa chi tanda chi she san pa pa sho su su sho su de chi yu jo ga jo go nyo sa ga le lo ma shen ba ku bar chi de de che che bu an ka she sal do zhan ri ma ri de do do yu de ji li sho ro de yu ju du ji de zan yu bu chi ge do nyu de ke yin de ta chi le lu ju de lo ye ge ji de shi ra ge ka bun do an ko le wo tu za da lu 또 가운데 도마를 지 탭샤 수주 그 도마 수다 야부 수셔 뭐 말이지 탭샤 수고 요래.
So the making dharma, like all other choice, like get the material and put that on the shelf and ask the yidam or meditation deity to say, help yourself if you want a dharma. Of course, he wouldn't do that, right? We have to make prepared, and so we do need a real good attendant to make sure that we take a good care of the dharma. I need my attendant that he is not really any expert in making dharma, that he was never trained to make a dharma, but I do need him for myself since I don't speak the language, and sometimes I fall in a very awkward situations where I can't communicate with people, so I can't stay for a length of absence without him, and as I need him. And so as myself, I'm being fairly matured age, so can make the dharma by myself because I don't have time either. So you should train yourself to make a good attendant, to make the dharmas. I don't blame you. That I'm not saying you didn't do it. I would say that you simply did not know it. It is not you alone, but in all other centers too, that the year earlier, during my earlier visits, we even had arranged the bread, and sometimes we have to lay the bread in our standing position.
I
don't think you don't pay attention to what I say. You all do pay attention, because as a sign of improvement, as I've been talking about, to have a mental set. Now this year, as improvement, I saw about 10 sets here, people with about 10 sets. So we missed that dharma this morning session, but we will do it this afternoon, and rest.
Oh yeah, that in the scene, yeah.